Hey YouTube, it's been a while since I uploaded a video. I figured this would be as good as excuse as any. I hit a deer last week with the Buick. I don't believe you guys have seen this car yet. I'll give you a walk around in the daylight. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning right now. But I wanted to show you what the car looks like. I'm just getting ready to get started to put it back together. I've got parts off another parts car I have, but I pulled this piece back out. This was pushed back in quite a little ways. I had to pull it back out. Sorry, the lighting isn't the best. I had to pull it back out so I could get the hood open. The hood's not too bad. It creased it in right there, and this whole lip right here has been rolled under. If you look down the side, you might be able to see it. The top of the hood has been kind of rolled down by this piece hitting it. I'm not going to paint it. This car needs body work. I'm just going to put it back together so I can drive it for the rest of the summer, and then probably this winter I'll tear the whole car apart and repaint it. So I will update you on the progress of this. The car did drive itself home after this, but one of the pieces of this plastic grill, one of these sharp pieces here got drove back. You're probably not going to be able to see it. I got to replace the radiator, but it's wet there, and there's a spot up there. So I'm going to have to put a brand new radiator in, which I don't have. I'll have to order it Monday. This dent here actually shows up fairly well. This was not like this before the accident. So I'm going to bang it out and probably run this fender. The other side did have some damage to it when I bought the car. Not terrible. But you might be able to see a little bit of the car. It's a Southern car. Most of the clear coat's baked off the top of the car, and the trunk lid really bad. A pretty good ding in the hood that was there. So yep, I've been putting off the body work. I bought this car 3 years ago and it ran so good just the way it was. I really didn't have the heart to tear it apart, but now I guess I have to. Okay, more to come. Alright, the remnants of the grill and the headlight buckets are out. This fender had a jack here. Trying to pick up on it, it bent it down. The fender's going to have to be replaced. Like I said, I'm not doing it right because I don't have all the parts. And with this car being so old, I'm really wanting to put factory used rust-free Southern parts on. I may have to go get them. I don't want to put the Japanese replacement body panels on. They're cheap metal, they rust out. In my experience, they just don't fit quite right. So I can't stand having a car half tore apart, just sitting around. So I'm going to put it back together with the parts that I do have that are original off another 77 LeSabre, like I told you earlier. I know some of you are going to yell at me, should do this, should do that. Yes, I'm aware, but it's just one of those things that it is what it is. Okay, after a couple hours of work, that's what she looks like. I'll show you better in the daylight. But this headlight bezel come off a blue car that had front end damage, so I had to splice two pieces together just to fill the hole. This thing, there's no place to put the screws in. The core support is pushed in just a little bit. I noticed. I took the car for a ride and my headlights are pointed right down, so my core support's pushed in. So when I tear the car apart to repaint it, I'm going to put the core support off the blue car onto this one. But the hood doesn't fit quite right. The hood striker got bent just a little bit, so she hangs up a little bit. There's that seam I showed you earlier on the edge of the hood, but the body lines actually aren't anywhere near as bad as I thought they were going to be. Could get bent there too. But all in all, this nose piece could use a little more adjustment. But it keeps the car drivable until I can get the parts to fix it correctly. Push the fender out just enough to... This whole part of the fender was actually pushed down about a ½ an inch actually. So I had to get in there and push some of them dents out to stretch that metal back out to get it to fit. But man, oh man, it's amazing how much damage a deer will do to a car. Oh well. Once the new radiator gets here, she'll be back in business. Some rattle can silver. Maybe. Maybe not. Guess you have to stay tuned to see. That's all for now. See you in another video.